What is up, Bulls Nation? The Chicago Bulls get the victory in a close win against the Toronto Raptors, winning 122 to 121. And there was a lot of things in this game that looked good and some things that were a little scary. We'll talk a little bit about Josh Giddey going down with an ankle injury, Lonzo Ball taking control of this offense, especially in the late fourth, THT looking like he's the future piece of the Bulls, and Modest Buzelis and Julian Phillips showing you why the Bulls drafted you. There's so much to talk about. So sit back, relax, and let's talk Bulls.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league?
I want to go higher. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Bulls podcast.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Bulls, your number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. My name is Quinton. I'm your host, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop more of these videos, and let's talk about it. So this game was close. Honestly, even with it being a 1-point victory, it still was closer than that seems. The Bulls really almost let go of this game in the end, and one of the big reasons of that was losing Josh Giddey pretty early, like middle of the game pretty much, with an ankle injury. And honestly, I hope he's okay. I hope he does not have to miss games, but it did look like something that he could possibly be out for a while with. Right, the Bulls front office, their coaching staff will have to try to figure out a plan because they walked him off of the court. Right, he had to be limped off of the court. That looks like something that could be serious. But despite that, the Bulls still found a way to get the victory, even with Josh getting hurt right before his triple-double. And that's because Lonzo Ball came in and almost got a triple-double of his own. Yeah, two players. Lonzo Ball came into this game with limited minutes. He got pushed up to 20 minutes this game, but ended up playing about 23. And in that time, he took control of the offense. Right, Lonzo Ball off the bench did everything you want to see a player do. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 for 9 from the field. He wasn't shooting amazing, but he was 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and he was getting his teammates involved with a couple great throws forward, full court passes, one to Buzelis, getting the oop to THT, and doing all the things you just want a point guard to do if they're not scoring. Find a way to get your other players involved, and that's what Lonzo does. He really gets this team moving the correct way. He's like having a secondary coach on the floor, and I'm going to miss him. I do think the Bulls are going to try to trade him. I think a team would be stupid not to go get him, but I will miss Lonzo Ball on this team because I think he would make a great piece, a great veteran for this team to help the young players not only shine, but also learn how to play, have a great IQ, because honestly, he has one of the best IQs I've seen as a basketball player possible. Right, so Lonzo took over, great play, especially in the fourth, started to do some things, slowed the game down, and really pushed this team to a victory. And you can really tell that he's happy to be back on the court. One of the people happy to have him on the court is Vooch. Vooch has definitely been shining this year, and Lonzo's part of that. Giddey's also part of that. Nikola Vucevic, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 10 for 17 from the field, 2 for 4 from the three-point line. And the Bulls tried to get him involved a little bit. They passed on him a few times where they should have got him the ball. But at the end of this game, Lonzo Ball was looking for him. And one of the big things I saw with the two of them is they understand what to do in the clutch. And you saw that. In the last couple plays of this game, Lonzo played the same exact play twice in a row. And it had the exact same effect. He walked the ball up the court, he held it, wasted some time, threw it over to the opposite wing, first to THT, then to Kobe White. The first time he threw it to THT did not get Vooch in the post, but Kobe White did, and Vooch scored towards the end of this game. And that's the thing you got to look for. Lonzo Ball understands that if you have a mismatch, you attack it. If it works, you attack it again. That's what the rest of these Bulls players need to understand, because Vooch can have this a lot of nights. He usually has a mismatch, and we don't use it. So having Lonzo on the court, having Giddey, having point guards who see Vooch and help him get into rhythm, help him really play this game, it makes the Bulls better. It makes the young players understand what they need to do. And that's a big thing we have to work on, is getting them comfortable throwing that ball into the post and not being afraid of getting a turnover in those situations, because it's only going to help Vooch, which will only help them in turn. Now, moving on from Vooch, we talked a little bit about THT not making that pass on the wing, but he also did have a good game despite that. THT has looked like he could be a future piece for this team. Not a superstar, but definitely a future be- beach. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but he could definitely be a bench player that comes out, add some aggression, add some scoring to this team. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench, 6 for 12 from the field. And THC just has a thing about his game where he goes and attacks. He looks for his shot. And with Lonzo throwing it up, he also showed that he got the hops with a reverse alley-oop dunk this game. I've been loving what I see from Talon each and every game. Yeah, his defense may not be the best. Yes, sometimes he forces shots he doesn't need to, but he's aggressive. And sometimes his aggression opens things up for this team, and sometimes he goes on runs. So I gotta keep seeing him do what he does. I hope the Bulls do keep him on this team for a while. Like I said, he's not going to be a star, but I think he could have some potential in being a good rotationary piece for this team. And two people who will be more than rotational pieces for this team, and also people we got to talk about in this game. Midas Buzelis and Julian Phillips are just showing why the Bulls drafted them. They're growing each and every single game. They're looking more and more confident, more and more impactful, and they're earning more and more minutes. But before we fully talk into that, I do want to touch on everyone else a little bit. I would assume, pause. I'm going to go over everybody else's stats a little bit. I would assume 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in this game. 5 for 15 from the field, didn't shoot the best from 3, 1 for 6. The Bulls have been struggling from 3, and typically that's when they lose, so it's a good thing they won this game even without shooting well from 3. Kobe White, 19 points. He finally got some points on the board, but still did not shoot well. 5 for 15 as well for him. 3 for 7 from the field, but he got from the three-point line, but he got himself to the free throw line with 6 of 7 from there. Josh Giddey, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, was playing amazing before he got injured. And that was a scary moment. In all honesty, it was a scary moment to see him go down. It looks like he tweaked his ankle trying to close out on Grady Dick, and he ended up fouling him because of it. And I hope it's not serious. Patrick Williams, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Patrick started this game out aggressive, but slowly falled out the rest of the game. That tends to happen. But I did like seeing him play so aggressively at the start, and I hope he continues to do that. I hope it's a great thing. And Jalen Smith, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist off the bench. He did his job. But now let's talk about the people we want to talk about. Midas Buzelis and Julian Phillips. We're going to talk about Buzelis first. Midas Buzelis with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 for 5 from the field. He's doing okay. He's growing. He's making some mistakes, and that's what you expect from a rookie. But he's showing you that he's going to be a piece for this team, one of which I think he should be a small forward. Stacey King keeps saying it. I'm starting to see it. The man's got handles. We saw this game with him coming off the screen, hitting a crossover to a layup. He can get to the rim. He can dribble. He can shoot. He's shooting with confidence. Midas Buzelis is playing amazing. And I can't wait to see what we see next year, because honestly, he's getting better and better each game, but you can see sometimes he doesn't have the strength to keep up with other players. And the more he plays, the better he will get. So I hope that he continues to put on weight. He works on that shot even more this offseason and continues to play amazing, because he's been killing it. And I can't wait for him to become a future star, maybe the number 1 for the Chicago Bulls team. Now we got to talk about Julian Phillips. Julian Phillips is officially an NBA player. He's no longer a young rook. This guy is out here playing with aggression. Some of the aggression I wish Patrick Williams played with sometimes. He's been doing amazing. Julian Phillips with 10 points, no rebounds, no assists, but 4 for 5 from the field. He had a little stretch there where he was really hot. He scored 7 points in a row for us towards the beginning of the game. But Julian Phillips has just been out there doing all the things you need him to do. Playing defense, being aggressive, moving without the ball, getting his teammates involved, moving in a way that helps other people get open shots. He's playing team basketball. And not only that, he's showing his athleticism. We had 2 back-to-back monster dunks from Julian Phillips this game. And these are dunks where he's starting to get to a point where he gets ready to jump. It's almost like Derrick Jones Jr. People got to move out the way. He is starting to look like Jones Jr., but a younger version with a little bit more upside for this Bulls team. And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the energy, the aggression, the movement, the potential, the growth. He's showing everything. And that's something that helps you really look forward to the future, because if he's showing like this, that tells us that Modest Buzelis should take the same type of steps coming up in the future. His jump shot has been going down great. Modest has been shooting great also. But if he continues to work on it and he gets the same work Julian's been getting over the few seasons, Modest might become a really dangerous knockdown shooter. This was a game where the Bulls did exactly what they needed to do to win. They didn't lose to a team that they probably should have won against. Even without Zach LaVine, they figured it out. This is a happy win for the Bulls. And it's just one of those games where it wasn't the greatest game. It wasn't a game where you were super hyped the entire time unless Lonzo Ball was on the floor. But it was a game nonetheless that we got to see the Bulls do some things that we want them to do. Now we just got to work on the things they have to do, and that is give the ball to Vooch. Find a way to find him in the post. Find a way to work your mismatches. The Bulls keep struggling with that. We even saw some times where Patrick Williams was trying to go after a mismatch. The Bulls have to attack. They have to work the mismatches, and they got to attack the rim. Sometimes threes aren't the answer. I know we want to shoot more threes, but sometimes you got to figure it out and drive to the damn basket. And you saw Io doing that a lot the last few games. He didn't do it as much this game. I want to see the Bulls attack, attack, attack. You have a lot of athletic guards, forwards. Get downhill and go towards the rim. With that, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about this game. Let me know what you think about the Bulls season so far. Also, let me know what you think about this new setup. We got a new camera. We got new lighting. We trying to make this one of the top places for you guys with some of the best quality. Yeah, I know I'm coming for Hayes' spot of probably the best quality-based camera setup in Chicago Bulls world. But I'll see you guys next time. I hope y'all have a great time. I can't do this without you. I love you all. Enjoy the Bulls. Enjoy the game. I'll see you next time. Peace.